Hey Reefers, Ian from Corals.com here. Welcome back to our Wednesday walkthrough, where every week I take you on a tour through some of our tanks and corals here at the shop. This week we have a huge frag sale going on. Save 25% off all frags, both WYSIWYG and Aquaculture, right now through January 30th. We've just added tons of new corals with even more coming soon, so let's dive into it. We're going to start off this walkthrough here in our photo tank, where all these new corals are getting ready to be photoed, and they're actually going to be live on the site by the time you're seeing this, so make sure to hop on and check them out. But here up top is all these Christmas tree worm rocks, lots of different sizes, and this massive show-size bleeding apple bowerbanky, by far one of the nicest corals in this entire tank. It's crazy. Over here in this rock flower basket, one of those yellow tangs was hanging out. I don't know what he was doing in there. Over into all of our meat corals, all kinds of trachy, and a great mix of acanthophilia, both Indo and Aussie, a great selection. Some really nice Cinerina and Endophilia over here, as well as our Fiji Euphilia, a few other bowerbankies and Heliofungia, and a nice basket of rock flowers before we get into the bulk of this tank, all of the new corals. All kinds of awesome looking candy canes, some really sweet Endogonies, check these out, super nice. All kinds of awesome frog spawn, huge wall hammers, a few acros in there. These are some really nice and big colonies. If you're a huge show size collector, make sure to check these pieces out. They are massive, but nothing compares to probably the biggest Duncan colony I think I've ever seen. This beast has 95 polyps on it. 95. Absolutely crazy. Here in our Skoie Tank, we are loaded up on corals, all different kinds. We're going to start over here first with all of our aquacultured zoanthids and palithoas. There's a great mix and diversity when it comes to these guys. All different kinds of strains I'm sure you probably recognize. They're up top, some of my favorites: white zombie zoanthids, seduction palithoa, some warlocks. I'm sure there's plenty of other strands that you recognize yourself. Here up top, some beautiful chalice colonies. All different kinds of colors in there, especially those awesome red rims. As we swing down into all of our aquacultured Gonapora, these guys are awesome. Some really cool coloration in there, like cotton candy blue and purple, some awesome greens and yellows in there. Those guys do not disappoint. Here up top, all of our soft coral colonies. Tons of Fiji yellow leathers in stock right now. I know they don't look like much right now, but under white lights, those guys really pop bright yellow. Some WYSIWYG frags as we move down into all of our Skolies. What a shot of Skolies this is right here. Great mix. All different kinds of really unique ones. UFOs, masters, UFO masters, you name it. As we wrap up this tank with a few more WYSIWYG frags here up top. Favia, a few soft corals and Monis, and these awesome red Xenia, which we don't get into often, and they are a treat to have. Here in our Euphilia tank, we have even more corals that just hit the site, so make sure to check these out. You're going to want to see them. All of our torch, and especially these brand new aquaculture torch. If you can see in there, there's a Bananarama, there's a New York Nyx, a few Holy Grails, some really nice aquacultured branching hammers, especially those bright orange ones. They're all WYSIWYG'd, all kinds of Indo hammers, a few Aussie gold torch. If you're looking to grow out your Euphilia section, especially hammers and torch, look no further because we are stocked up right now. This tray is loaded up with some Zoa colonies, and down here in the bottom right, all new aquacultured Gonapora, those bright reds and glitter bomb Gonnies. We haven't had glitter bombs in a while, and these guys are fire. Over here, all of our WYSIWYG Aussie branching hammers, some nice frags and colonies in there. Even more Aussie Gonapora over here in the bottom left. Bright pinks and reds, even more aquacultured Euphilia, some star polyps, and we're going to finish off this tank with a great rack of Fungia and plate corals. This is one of my favorite tanks, and it's because it is packed to the brim with all different kinds of LPS colonies. Few flower pots left in stock, those great looking Alveopora, all kinds of Cinerina over here, and tons of Favia and Lobos. We are packed to the brim with these guys. Great looking colonies, especially this one. Look how many polyps are on there, and just some really unique individual colors. All kinds of awesome looking red Lobos, some rainbow ones in there, bright oranges, bright greens, a nice big show-sized Blastum Rolletti colony, which I haven't seen in some time. All kinds of Pectina, Duncan, Elegance. As we finish up this tank with 2 massive show-sized Lobos Amphilias. These guys are monsters. I can't decide which one's my favorite. Here in our display tank is where we keep the majority of our different WYSIWYG SPS colonies, all kinds of acro, Pasillipora, bird's nest, stylos, you name it. Over here is the bulk of our Acropora colonies. Most of these guys are from Fiji and Australia, and they look fantastic under this high light and flow. All different kinds of colors as well, greens, oranges, pinks, blues, a great mixture. Over here is a lot of Fiji SPS colonies, those bright pink bird's nests, Stylophora, Pasillipora. They don't look like much under this blue lights, but if you flip those white lights on, they are bright pink. Definitely a must-have for an SPS tank. The last tank on our walkthrough today is our Aquaculture Tank, which is loaded up with all kinds of current and new corals. This rack is packed to the max with all different kinds of aquaculture corals. Nice big grown out chunks that are definitely a great deal. Next, we're going to swing over into all of our Acan Lords. These guys are all WYSIWYG frags and colonies, and there's a great mixture. All kinds of greens, beautiful oranges and rainbows, really nice looking frags. Over here on the left, all of our ORA frags. They're all maricultured and aquacultured, and these guys are mini colonies practically. They're huge. Easily my favorite part of this tank is our all-new aquacultured SPS frags. There are some doozies in here. Tons of name strains that you definitely recognize, as well as zoas and mushrooms. They are bursting with color, and you have to check them out. Down here in the bottom right, all of our big WYSIWYG mushroom colonies, all kinds of Rhodactis and Discosomas, and we're going to wrap up with all of our WYSIWYG chalice frags. As always, thank you so much for checking out our Wednesday walkthrough. Be sure to see all of these corals right now at corals.com, and don't forget about that huge frag sale going on right now. Save 25% off all frags right now through January 30th. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.